Hello there, welcome to another video here on this Esoteric Circle YouTube channel. I'm Pete Haskins. Wonderful having you here. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the Royal Road. Did a video a few days ago about this with Robin Amos's A Different Christianity in mind. So just going to continue talking about that and talking about the concept of the resurrection in this time of apocalypse. So blessings to you. I am so glad that you're here. Wherever you are at on your journey, you are welcome here. I'm going to read this section here entitled The General Resurrection. This is from A Different Christianity by Robin Amos. He writes, "Here we come back to the question of the fall of Adam. In their inner meaning, the fall and the resurrection of the dead relate to consciousness. Genesis tells how Adam fell as a result of eating the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This makes it clear that knowledge played a part in the fall of man. The idea of the fall is exactly like the idea of the resurrection in one way. To external religion, it has only one meaning. The fall happened once. The general resurrection will come on one particular day in the future. But if this is so, then it is a purely external event. Yet certain of the early fathers of the church, giving an esoteric view of Christianity, have made it clear that to them the resurrection exists in three ways. It does exist outside us, in the past as a single event, and in the future as a universal event. But it also exists now, in any moment, always accessible, always possible, if rarely actual within us. The same is true of the fall, which happens to us time after time. One of the fathers in the Philokalia wrote of the life to come that, quote, in saying this, that we must seek to enter the kingdom while we are still alive, we are not forgetting the blessings of the life to come or limiting the universal reward to the present life. We are simply affirming that it is necessary in the first place to have the grace of the Holy Spirit energizing the heart, and so in proportion to this energizing, to enter into the kingdom of heaven. The Lord made this clear in saying, quote, the kingdom of heaven is within you, from Luke 17:21. The apostle too said the same, quote, faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's from Hebrews 11:1. And from 1 Corinthians 9:26, run that you may reach your goal. And finally from 2 Corinthians 13:5, examine yourselves whether you are in the faith. Do you not know that Jesus Christ is in you unless you are worthless? End quote. Robin continues, experience is closely linked with consciousness. The resurrection is also a raising of consciousness, and the inner meaning of the fall of man is a description of a universal fall in our state of consciousness. But this idea of consciousness is an idea that is easily misunderstood. It is possible to experience these inner meanings in our lives. Resurrection and fire is an uncommon experience, but to fall again into inner darkness is common enough. Here is the Christian view of the transformation of consciousness hidden in mythological language. This view is confirmed by the way Macarius the Great, whose works are of the highest importance to monastics in the Eastern Church, describes how in the tradition Moses is used as an example of a resurrection in life. And this will end the reading with a long quote here from Macarius the Great. In a double way, therefore, the blessed Moses shows us what glory true Christians will receive in the resurrection, namely the glory of light and the spiritual delights of the Spirit, which even now they are deemed worthy to possess interiorly. Because of this, these gifts of the Spirit will then redound also in their bodies. The saints even now possess this glory in their souls, as said above, but it will then cover and clothe their naked bodies. It will sweep them up into heaven, and we will at last come to rest, both body and soul, with the Lord forever. When God created Adam, he did not furnish him with material wings as birds have, but he prepared for him the wings of the Holy Spirit. The same he plans on giving him at the resurrection, to lift him and direct him wherever the Spirit wishes. These wings the saints already now are deemed worthy to possess, to fly up mentally to the realm of heavenly thoughts. For Christians live in another world, eat from another table, are clothed differently, prefer different enjoyment, different dialogue, and a different mentality. Therefore, also in the resurrection, their bodies will be worthy to receive those eternal blessings of the Holy Spirit. They will be permeated with that glory which their souls in this life have already experienced. One of the things that I was attracted to most as I started my own journey on this royal road was this sense that if I worked at it and I honed my skill of attention and I gave it time and I wanted it enough and I had zeal after going inward, it's metanoia is this turning inward, and within that turning inward you have this hesychasm, which is a silence, but at the same time you have silence, you also have zeal, you have this excitement, you have this drawing toward the Spirit that is within you. And as he talks about the resurrection not having to be just an historical event or some event in the future, but it is an event of this resurrection of consciousness now. And we see this urgency that Jesus got frustrated, I think, with John the Baptist. As John was in the desert and Jesus comes back from wherever he was for 18 years, from the age of 12, we don't know where he was. He comes back and he has this urgency about not only social justice issues, but spiritual reformation in a real kind, real way, over and above what Luther was talking about. But this revival and this evolution of individual human beings at the moment of resurrection, and this evolution, this resurrection of consciousness that is depicted as the fall, as Adam. The fall is this falling of our consciousness into sleep and slumber. And Jesus is here as the new Adam, resurrecting our consciousness. And you can have this resurrection of consciousness any time. And that's what is most amazing about this royal road that we're on, because everything in the fourth way and Gnosticism and Orthodoxy, it all comes back to this idea of resurrection in the moment. This sense that it's happening right now, right? That all you have to do is pay attention. And you can see this Spirit, you can feel this freedom and this peace and this excitement and this zeal as you turn inward and become silent and discover this resurrection of consciousness happening to you at that very moment. And as you get into this is not just intellectual exercise. This is real stuff. And that's what this whole channel is about, is offering you this royal road. It's offering you the royal road. It's offering you to be a part of this esoteric circle that is advancing and is evolving. It's here for you. It's here for you right now. And it's amazing. Blessings to you on this royal road. And I'm so glad that you were here. If you're interested in diving deeper in a group, which many of you need, we have a group. Send me a comment if you're interested. And if you want to get a little more serious about this, good place to start would be buying this book, The Different Christianity by Robin Amos. Blessings to you, my friend. I'll see you soon.